Hello, my dear friends. I hope that you are doing extraordinary today. This is, I think, episode 3 of How to Manifest Your Desire series. If you want to see the previous episodes, please view the playlist posted in the description of this video. So I'll start by saying sorry for being late, but I had a few things to do for, life. But anyway, let's dive into the next desire of yours. This message comes from Natural Explorer. Also, thank you so much, my friend, for posting this comment. So, Natural Explorer said, I would like to manifest more people of the like mind within my local environment. Okay, so let's see what we can do about that. For this particular desire, I believe you may approach it the old ways and to go to libraries, places, shops where they sell occult materials. But if you are someone like me who doesn't just start speaking about the occult with random strangers, here's what I have for you. It's a manifestation process that I use whenever I want something related mostly to the mundane. When I really, really want something in my life, I attack the problem from different angles. And you see, magic for me, it's a tool to achieve the best possible outcome and success in this life, obviously within ethical boundaries. So the way I view magic is that any spell or ritual or magical practice, if it doesn't have a physical manifestation of some kind, that's not really real magic in my opinion. Okay? So, here's what I do as a magical procedure that I actually use myself when I want something for myself. And there are a few key ingredients. Okay, so let's start with number 1. The number 1 thing in any ritual, spell, or whatever you decide to do, it's a clear aim. A clear aim is reached by questioning yourself. Okay, so what does it mean to have a clear aim? Desires are one thing, but it's another thing to have a desire which is backed up by determination. So let's look again at your desire, Natural Explorer. You said, I would like to manifest more people of the like mind within my local environment. Why? My question to you is why? Okay, you don't have to answer this question to me. Okay, but that's why this is the process that I use. When I want something and I am about to do a ritual for it, I ask myself, why do I want this? And I am asking you why, because this question should trigger a certain image in your mind. Maybe you would like to speak in front of a group of people, and what maybe you actually need is to share your expertise with other people who are ready to listen to you. Or maybe you just want to hang out. So ask yourself why, and whatever image comes or story plays in your mind, hold on to it, because that's what you can use to manifest that particular event. Okay? So when I set a desire, personally, I ask myself, why do I want it? Just to be able to go to the core of what do I really, really want. Okay. Number 2, I think that good affirmations help in generating willpower. In the past, for example, I was having problems with the understanding of will. But to me, will is actually determination. Determination to get overboard, to get what I want. So I would personally formulate this desire of yours as such. Okay, so let's rephrase what you said there. So the affirmation that I will use for this particular case will sound like this. I am determined to bring like-minded people in my life because I want to have a much better social life and relationships. And you, cosmic mind, will bring and show me where will I find these people. Okay, so let's repeat that. I am determined to bring like-minded people in my life because I want to have a much better social life and relationships. And you, cosmic mind, will bring and show me where will I find these people. So this will be, if I would cast a spell for this desire, this would be my affirmation, probably. Number 3. Give your desire a symbol, a form, okay? I use sigil magic to this day because it works. Every single time it works. You can extract from your desire affirmation just a few words which may sound like this, okay? You have to minimize the words and the phrasing of your desire in order to compose a sigil. So, what's the shortest affirmation that we can use in order to produce a symbol, a sigil? It may sound like this: attract like-minded people near me. And to create a sigil, you have to eliminate the vowels and the remaining repeating letters, okay? And then out of this, you have to draw a simplified sigil. Okay, so now you have the affirmation and the sigil for our magical operation. The next step, I think, in any ritual or spell casting or whatever, is to understand energy and emotions, their role in our ritual. Any prayer, magic, words you speak, if they are not backed up by concentrated thought and intense emotions, all the things that you will do, all the, herbs that you gather will be worthless. That's why most spells fail and people become disappointed. Let's talk a little bit about energy. How do you see energy? Okay, for this you have to look right now in front of you, and your eyes should be defocused. And you should use, in order to view the energy that surrounds you, you should use your peripheral vision. This means that you look ahead, forward, but you focus on the sides. Okay? So you look forward, but you focus on what you see on the sides. If you look for a while in this manner, you will start to see static energy, like something is buzzing in the air. So pause this video, use the peripheral vision till you see that static energy, okay? Because you have to see it in order to understand what I'm about to say here. Good. If you are seeing that static energy, let's get back to the power of speech. When you speak, okay, you breathe out the words out of your mouth, okay? And you push and move this energy that is around. If you blow, again, you move this energy. That's why it's important to speak out loud the desire or your affirmation. Okay? Another thing, concentrated thought does the same thing. It moves this energy, the astral energy, but has to be concentrated. If it's jumping around, it's just not good enough. Okay? So it has to be concentrated. Intense emotions. Again, their role is to move the astral force. So concentrated thought on a desire, image formed in the mind, speaking out loud the desire, and intense emotions. All these things done with repetition, what they do, they will create a stronger thought form that will move this astral energy and will bring that desire of yours to you. So basically, in a ritual, the thing that you are doing is basically you create a strong thought form in the ritual, and that thought form creates a link between you and the object of your desire. That's the most basic explanation that I can give of what a ritual does. Okay, so what you have to understand is that you already do this every single day of your life. You are pushing the astral force in the direction on which you concentrate upon. You do this every single day of your life. If, let's say, you had a disappointment at work, you will concentrate your thought on the images and memories of frustration that play in the mind. Then maybe you gossip with somebody about the situation, so you spoke it. Then because the body is moved, okay, the emotions are moved by sounds, and in our case, the sounds are the words that you are speaking, backed up by the mental imagery. Now you have strong emotions towards that particular situation. And you created this formidable thought form that brings more of the things that you concentrated upon on a daily basis. So we can say that actually we are experts at this, but in an unfortunate, tragic way. But nevertheless, we are experts at it already. We just have to swish things a little bit. How to cast it? How to cast a spell, how to cast a ritual or manifestation process. What I really like to do when casting a spell or doing something, I like to not depend on too many tools, okay? But you can light, of course, a candle. You can call the four winds or whatever you decide to do. So how would I cast your spell, for example, Natural Explorer? First off, I will play music, okay? Because I want to move easily my emotions, okay? And music, it's the basic tool that you have at your disposal to move your emotions in the direction that you want them to move. So I usually play music. For me, it doesn't work. Meditative music, calm music, for me, it doesn't work. So I use music that has no lyrics. That's must. It has to be without lyrics. And the beat has to make me feel powerful. That's what I'm looking in songs that I use for my manifestations. If I use meditation music, I feel lethargic and probably the whole ritual will be a mess and sleepy, and I don't want that in my spells, okay? You decide what music you use, not my problem. Then I lay out in front of me a notebook, exactly as you see displayed on the screen. I have a notebook. It's a must for me in any process, spiritual process, whatever. I have a notebook. Then I lay out tarot cards specific of my desire. In our case, okay, you want friends. So I learned this from Janina Renee. I will leave everything in the description box of this video. But tarot cards are a representation in pictorial form of you, basically. The major arcana, of course, speaks about archetypes and so forth, but the minor arcana is more about daily, mundane things. Okay? So, like you see on the screen right now, on the left, I will not enter in a deep, I don't know, meaning of the cards. Just quick to the point. So, I lay down the tarot cards that represent the desire that I want to achieve. So, on the left, I have the Knight of Cups, which stands in our case for a calm person, balanced emotion, okay? Grace. Basically, when I look at this card, I see grace. And then I have the Two of Cups placed over the Magician card. The Magician card, in this case, will be the representation of ourselves. So basically, the Magician is you, okay, in pictorial form. And if you don't like to use the Magician as a representation of you, you can use obviously the kings or queens or pages or whatever you want to choose. But I choose the Magician. So I placed it under the Two of Cups just to show that that's what I want to happen to me, basically. I want friendship. And Two of Cups stands for partnership in our case. And then to the left, you can see that it is placed the Three of Cups, which stands in our case for happy friendship. Okay? So I just lay them out and look at them for a few moments. And in my mind, I am telling the universe, higher power, what I truly want. Basically, if you can speak out loud the thing that you truly desire. Okay? And these cards represent you. Basically, the situation that you want to manifest in this physical reality. Good. Then, as you can see on the screen, we will have the affirmation, the sigil made, and our tarot cards. And obviously, we are just imagining that in the background plays the music that will help us move our emotions. Okay, so after I meditated on the cards, let's say, I usually close my eyes and listen to the music. And usually the first thing that I try to build as an emotion is the emotion of gratitude. And usually for me, I build up very easily the emotion of gratitude when I think just of the simple fact that I discovered the path of magic. I feel grateful for all the authors and people from whom I learned magic. So that's what I usually use in order to build a strong feeling of gratitude within myself. And when I feel those feelings, which for me started to become something very automatic because I did it for many, many times, after I feel these feelings, I start to build rage. Again, music helps to do that, but it's not a feeling of hatred, okay? I'm not saying that you have to feel angry. No, I call it rage. Some people call it intensity. But you will feel this rage in the solar plexus region. And I am almost 99% sure that if you don't build up this intensity of feeling inside the body, the spell is just half done. Some people do this so-called intensity in the body in order to, some people, in order to generate this rage inside them, they strike, for example, the table with their hands, clench their fist, breathe more rapidly, even dance to build up momentum. The idea is to accumulate this feeling of intense emotion inside the body and it is felt right in the middle of the body. And I believe that this, what I call rage or intensity, is what people call true will. Like nothing can stop it. Anyway, when this happens and you can build this momentum or vortex around you, or whatever way you want to call it, again, music helps me to create that feeling of power. And when this happens, I think that that's the perfect moment to look at your sigil with intensity. So you open your eyes and you look at the sigil with so much concentration that you don't even blink. So you look at it with intensity, claiming in your mind what is your desire, okay? And then you have to have a clear mind. You'll have to jump from claiming in the mind your desire to just emptiness, blank space. And you have to look at the sigil, okay, till it starts to glow right before your eyes. If you keep looking at the sigil with intensity, the image you will see that will appear to drift away, to melt right before your eyes. And when this effect happens, that's when you should close your eyes. And even with your eyes closed, the sigil should appear very bright, okay, very bright, probably in a white light or something. This effect appears just if you look at the sigil with concentration. If you look at that image with concentration, again, I repeat, if you close your eyes, the sigil should be somehow imprinted and it will appear like it's floating in the middle of your skull. That's the best way to describe it. And when this happens, I start to visualize myself in the third person, okay? Like I'm looking at the character who is enjoying a meal or, I don't know, time with the friends. And then from this third person, when I'm happy about what I see that this character that represents me does with her friends, his friends, I actually move with the help of my mind into that character, like I am embodying it. And then I view myself in the first person, how I enjoy the time with the friends and so forth, okay? And after I am happy with what I am seeing in my mind, okay? There's no time requirement to do this. You just have to see in your mind as you perform those actions. And when you are happy, when you feel accomplished, so to speak, I try to think of my visualization as if it's a memory from the past. Okay, so I open my eyes and I think of it as if it was an event that happened somewhere in the past. And then the next thing that I do is to open my notebook and to write down the entire memory. And what I do is that I write the memory in the following manner. So let's say that I'm writing the memory. I will begin by saying, this was such a lovely day. I met with my friends and we had such an interesting conversation about this book that I'm reading. My friend on the left actually complimented me about so and so. Okay, so it's like I'm writing in my diary a memory from the day before. So when I'm done with writing the visualization, basically as if it was a memory from the past, then I close the ritual. If I called any entities, I send them from where they are and thanking them, and whatever way you want to close the ritual, it's up to you. Okay, and after I close the ritual, after I depart from the entities and so forth, I always try again to build up that feeling of gratitude, okay? By just remembering something that I truly appreciate and care for and that I'm grateful for. So that's the end of the ritual. So it's fairly simple, and this process should take you, I don't know, maybe maybe half an hour to an hour maximum. Okay, good. Now let's talk a little bit about repetition. I know that in the past videos, probably I said that you don't have to repeat a spell, you just have to do it a single time. But in my opinion, doing a ritual or a manifestation process just once is too weak. It's very, very weak. I would say do the ritual at least 7 days, 9 days, or 11 days, or even more, because you want to create a strong thought force, not some weak, wishy-washy thing. Okay? So, this is the process that I use for mundane desires. I do not use this process for multiple desires at a time. Okay, so if I decide, I don't know, I want this object or I want this situation to happen, I focus for those 7, 9, or 11 days only on that particular desire, finish the entire routine every single day, and then and only then I move to another desire, but not multiple desires and rituals done at the same time. I think you are just scattering your power and probably you'll get half-ass results. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it. What I want to point out here is that you have to, I think that repetition is needed in order to feel, to get that deep feeling that you are successful in moving that astral power in your favor. Okay? After the ritual is completed, one more thing that I want to point out. After the ritual is completed, no matter the day, signs would have to present themselves to you. This is very important. And I will stress this again. If your magic doesn't have some form of physical manifestation of some kind, that's not magic. Okay? That's not magic. Like for real. It's just illusion, basically. Signs are physical manifestations that can take the following form. People near you may start to speak about the subject of your desire. You may turn on the radio or phone and see that the first thing that you see on the phone, it's an article that is related to your desire. You may receive inspiration. I don't know, you may receive this idea one day to open a book club or a Discord chat, I don't know. Or you can actually receive invitations from people to go somewhere. So these are things I think that can happen that are related to this specific desire. But for example, when I was trying to manifest a house a few years back, I used a similar process to this, and I tried to manifest a home, an apartment. And the first sign that appeared was that I woke up, I washed myself and prepared to work. And on my way to work, someone gave me a flyer, and on the flyer was an ad about a few apartments, okay, which I actually ended up buying an apartment in that particular complex. So something like that, okay, that you can think of it as not important, but these small signs are very important. Another thing that you have to pay attention to actually when you are casting the spell, when you are in the middle of casting the ritual or the spell, you have to feel some change in the atmosphere. Let's say that you are in the beginning of the spell, you start to call upon, I don't know, the four elements or deities or whatever you do in the beginning of ritual, and you call upon them. You actually have to feel as you do this process how a sense of sacredness just feels in the air. Okay, so you have to feel these things. Another thing that may happen and will give you a short sign, physical sign, that your manifestation is working or that what you are doing during the ritual is actually good enough. The candles may start to flicker, or it's like something is blowing in them, but you can't see what. Or you may hear knocks during the manifestation process. You may hear your furniture doing some weird noises. That's the actual energy that is building, okay, in the area where you perform your ritual. Or you may start to have visions, or these are the things that you will have to look after when you are casting a spell. If you are casting a spell and you are just reciting like a parrot some words in there and your emotions are probably not existent, that spell is just, I don't know, not a real spell, to be honest with you. So, yep. I don't know, I hope this video was helpful and see you next time. Bye bye.